Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simulation for the Nation. We have just bought this barren piece of land, and over the next 24 hours we are going to turn this into a thriving British dairy farm. It's going to be a busy 24 hours. The clock is ticking. Let's go. So we start our challenge with the Ford Zebra. This is the 7740. This is going to be our base tractor here. Obviously, we can stick a loader on there as well. And we've got our little Griffith trailer as well. But first thing we need to do before we go into anything else, really, is mark out what our land's going to look like, really. We've got this big block here, but we have nothing else done to it. So first thing we need to do is build our rough farmyard. Make sure we have that in place. And then fence off some fields. And we can start to get our footprint down, really. So we're going to have a look into that right away. First thing I like to do is get everything painted out, really, so I know roughly where I'm going to put all of my different bits and pieces. I'm going to go concrete. So what I'm thinking is our entrance to our farm is going to be about here, and then I'm just going. This is all going to be for our sheds. I think we're going to have a couple of sheds down there somewhere, and then this. Probably going to come up here a bit with some silage pits of some sort. And then we're going to have a few bits of machinery sheds and things like that in around here. So that's roughly going to be our footprint to our farm there, give or take, which is going to be interesting to see how that pans out there. But we'll keep cracking along with it anyway. And we'll see. We can always add more in if we need to. It's a big old farm area. But what we can do now before we start laying any buildings down here is let's get a hedge line put around the edge of the area as well. Because I do like to have everything fenced in and hedged in properly, as I'm sure many of you will know. So we're going to start this about here, as soon as it'll let me there. Can't get rid of that sign, unfortunately, it seems like. That's going to be stuck with us there, but that's fine. And just go that to there. Wonderful. And then this one on this side will go from there down. All right, and up it goes. Now I'm also going to dot some trees along here as well, I think, just to make it look a little bit more like an actual hedge line. But let's stick that about there, I want to say. Wonderful, that'll do for now. Now let's come in to look at some trees. All right, so we're going to kind of get this all settled in. We're going to be time-lapsed a lot of this, and we'll keep coming back with little updates as and when we have them. But for right now, we just need to get ourselves stuck into it and going. So I am going to do just that with a couple of trees here. But join me along the way. What we'll be doing today is, once we get our trees down here, is starting to get a little bit of the field shape done. Like I said, we are on ×10, so we're already ticking through here at quite a rate. So we've got to be careful and aware of that. I'm going to put a tree there, and then I think we're also going to put a bit of a cluster around here. Okay. All right, onwards with the farm building. Let's go then. We're going to speed this up, and we will see you back here very shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's taken us quite a few hours, actually, about 5 hours all in all to get the farm roughly in place. But let's have a quick look down through the progress, shall we? We have our yard all set up here. We've got 2 cattle sheds, so we're going to be able to have up to 200 cattle in here. Right now, we've got about 100 across the 2. We have got our silage pits there that we're probably going to start with by stacking bales, and to be honest there, for speed. We've got a machinery shed, we've got plenty of storage for bales there across the board, and plenty of stackyard space as well. Our fields have been set up. A little bit of landscaping work to do around here still, and a bit of work to put into there, but for the most part it's in place. So now, well, now we can get some field work done here, really. We only have 234,000 pounds left, which should be plenty actually. We've got 1 tractor already, don't forget, so we don't need to buy one of those. What we do need though, and we need something to get going with pretty quickly, is a mower. Let's see if there's anything worthwhile in here. Ooh, hello to a second tractor there. That could be worthwhile. Especially... that is cheap as well. Yes. We're going to get a lot of mowing done here now. And then we'll... anything I'm going to change is get us off Trelleborgs because I just don't like them. Anyway, that will do us there. We've got a Massey 7715 and that's going to be a perfect little machine for us. Let's get that. What we also need to buy is a rear mower just so we can really saw through some of this ground here, and then we are going to be flying along. The rest of this stuff at the moment, not very necessary, I don't think. That maybe we'll have to have a think about that. But yeah, we can't do anything else before we get something mowed down anyway. So let's see what we're going to, which mower is going to be best for us. Want something which is fairly cheap and cost effective here. Looking at the Kuhn mowers that we have here, bingo, one of these can go with the ooh, that's where the money is. Boom, let's go for one of those. Beautiful mower as well. Fantastic. All right, and just like that, we're gonna have two tractors on the farm. We need to also pick up some feed. We're gonna make our own hay, that's fine, or we're gonna make our own silage, sorry, but we do need we need to have a trailer that we can carry everything back on, because we're gonna get some various different bits and pieces as well, so we need to think this through. That will very much do us to begin with. We'll need a loader, and we'll need it's going to be a quickie loader for that zebra, and then we can stick a few things on there as well. It's going to be about that one, I'd imagine. Main color, we're going to go blue. Sure, lighter blue there, why not? Okay, pick that up. And then just get the very traditional dual implement there, which will of course be the bale spike. We're going to go front loader tools, and we'd probably, because we're going to need to get some fertilizer on to go there at some point soon as well. But for right now, you know what, we're going to take that, because then we can yeah, we're going to take that version. Do a bit of everything with that. Alright, let's get this, our first tractor in. And we, like I said, there's a few little bits of touch-up to do, but the main priority right now is just to get some progress made. So that's what we're going to fly along. 134,000 now. That cost us. What we may well do is actually lease the our baler rapid to begin with. So we can find a better option now. And like I said, we are going to buy in a few of the other bits and pieces that we will need, just from a speed perspective, really. We're going to probably plow in one field of our own just to put into barley, or some crop type at least that we can make into a straw. We want to get a cereal crop in there, just so predominantly, as always, there it is just about getting the straw for us. So as a livestock farm, but that's fine. We'll stick you into here for now. Little bit of a few bits and pieces I'm noticing that we need to get caught up with and wrapped up, but that's fine. That's all good and done. What we'll do now, though, is onwards with a little bit of machine work, which is exciting. All right, new Massey is in our hands, really. We've got a front mower on it as well, which we're currently dragging along the ground. But we are going to get a little bit of our ground that is, it's reclaimed ground, really, so it's not in a good shape. But we're just going to take off whatever grass is on the top of it now anyway, get that baled up, and then we'll be getting a plow so we can actually reseed everything and get that into some good quality condition. So yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to make it into silage there because the conditions really aren't going to be great, and it's one less job that we need to do. So we'll look to get this all done in the next, well, crikey, we haven't got long left now, actually. We are over half, well, we are coming up to halfway through, actually. So 24-hour target here in total, but we'll have to really keep pushing along to get the rest of this done in time. Now, we do have to go through the main yard here to access our grass fields. Fields I've tried to make as square as I can, but you know, it's difficult to do in the in-game builder, but we'll crack on with them anyway. There's not going to be much on there, like I say, but we will make do with what we have. And this is one area that we need to figure out still. That's fine. As you can see, not a lot on the ground here at all, but hey, we'll get this work mowed down, and then we can bring out the plow and really get these fields established after that. Well, we are 12 hours through our 24-hour challenge. The farm has been built, the cattle are in place, and they have been fed, and we are mowing down our first cut silage, which actually is surprisingly good. There's a lot more here than I was expecting based on what it looked like to begin with there. So we're knocking down 2 fields right now, and then we will be looking to get this baled up, but then we're going to lease a baler wrapper. We might get a rig to go ahead of it, but we might just go straight on in and get this baled up there. We shall see. Time is ticking along though, so we haven't got too much time to wait. So it's going to be a long one through the night, and we'll see how we go. But first impressions, very, very good. We still have a few bits of equipment that we need to buy, and we need to set ourselves up for success moving down the line. But we are well on the way, and we'll see how we keep going. But for now, we'll finish this off, and then we'll get baling. Alright, so we have just gone over midnight now. We've bought a few other bits of equipment there, as you can see, all mainly small, cheaper end equipment: fertilizer spreader, plow, rake, and baler. Tried to get a straw shredder, but it was the wrong one, so we'll leave that for now. We're going to get our baler wrapper, at least for the day. So let's see. We want to try and get whichever one's going to cost the least. However, you know, speed is the key at the moment, so I'm wondering if we have to go fast bale just so we can, you know, we can really plow through everything here. So I think we will just go for the lease of that one. It's going to cost us £5,600. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it'll do for now. And it'll allow us to get cracking, really. We have a rake, but what we're going to do in the interest of time, because we're using the fast bale, is just crack on. Those precious minutes, really, spent raking up that field, we can do without. But yeah, everything's come together now, really. The farm's coming together. We have enough machinery to keep ourselves going. We have got plenty of grass now, so we'll get these baled up there, so we'll have silage for the future, which would be great. So a couple of other things that we need to look into procuring sooner rather than later is a steady milk tanker. Now, I don't really have the one that I'd like installed in the game right now, but we'll probably end up just getting that double axle, that dolly trailer tanker, just so we can actually get going, because that is going to be essential that we really find a way to start to make some money. And if we've got dairy cattle there, the only way that we're going to receive any income right now is by selling milk, so we need to be on that. And then otherwise we'll just keep plugging away and see how we can continue to grow this farm. Next 24 to 48 hours will be something of interest as well. We may well bring a second episode for that, just to see what we can really step up with and see how we can grow this, really. Because yeah, there's a lot of work that we need to do. Ooh, let's get into here. There you go. Fertilizer spinner we're just going to dump into a shed for now, and we'll come back to that. We don't need it right now anyway, but it's good to have it. Tempted to go for something bigger, but we don't have that much land to spread on at the moment, so it's really this is $3,000. It really can't really go wrong with that, to be honest. If we stop here and have a look at what our cattle are doing, you'll see where, first of all, we're up in the top corner. You can see where my two fields are already. Not bad shaped fields there. They're doing okay. You know, I'm quite happy with that. And then the rest of them will all get marked out as we continue to work in them. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with those. But yeah, from a cattle standpoint, you know, they're in. Are they the healthiest they could be? Probably not. No, we need some more. They're starting to produce slurry though, which is good. We'll probably have to get a good tanker in here before we get anything else. But they do need some other bits and pieces there. We can probably, what we'll look to do is see if we can give them I accidentally bought some grass bales, so we'll see if in the interim if we can just give them some grass. The silage that we're making now will be more beneficial when it comes to making TMR. Let's see if we can just drop a bale of grass in there and see if they will take it, because if they will, then that is even better. Have to obviously maybe get a few more bales of hay to see us through. Some of the ground that we do have at the other end of this block, we are going to probably make it some hay. See how we get on with that. Like this little separate loader. It's a cracking little loader tractor, I must say. It's very handy indeed. Let's see if we can drop this here. See if they will take it. Cows are all sleeping at the moment. Yes, it's going to disappear. Love that for us. That's awesome news. Alright, well, we'll have to go and get the remaining few of those bales from the yard there at some point soon, but we can absolutely do that. Let's just park that up. Alright, onwards with a bit of midnight baling here. What more do you want to see? This is fantastic. Now, we're going to have to have taken away the fence line there. We're going to have to adjust that and make it a little less steep at some point, but for now, it will do. And what we're going to do here is ourselves into the field, and honestly we're just going to get after it wherever we can here. Alright, onwards we go. Let's get this field built up nice and quickly there. Soon we'll start getting a bit of daylight into the equation. So field is already baled up there and wrapped as well, so at least we have got some bales for us for the future, which is great. There's another field mowed down ready to go, but what we're going to do now is just smooth this bit out here, really. Make this all a little bit more comfortable, because it was just a little bit too steep. Still going to be steep, but we can live with it. And then we'll just go for a bit of paint in here. That bit there as well, and also do that. I'm going to slope this a little bit more, make it a little bit more friendly to the tractors and trailers coming up here. Love that. And then we'll put that fence back in. Perfect stuff. Okay. Alright, excellent. So it's going to get daylight soon. We're looking at about 6 and a bit hours left until we are done with the challenge. So we're in a better place. What I think I'm going to do before it gets too light is actually just run up and get another load of straw figured out. I'm gonna pick up some extra grass bales and hay as well, but before we can do that we need to just unload the rest of the straw, and we'll be in a much better place. So we're gonna get on with that, pull this trailer out, and we should be good. We've also got, like I say, a few other bits of equipment down there that we can pick up soon. We do need to get ourselves probably a slurry tanker first, before anything else. That's going to be the next big purchase we'll have to make. We're not quite able to do it yet. Well, we could do it, but it's going to leave us a bit short for everything else, so we might hang on that one and see. We've still got a few things to buy as well, like seed and fertilizer, so we need to be a little careful there. Just be mindful of what we don't have at the moment. I think it's the best way to look at it. We're just going to stack the straw. We have no way of putting the straw in at the moment, but you know what, we're just probably going to hold tight on that anyway, because if we put straw in there then we're going to lose out on slurry, and slurry is going to be better for us in the short term anyway. But it's always nice to have a few bales of straw. We're not going to buy any more of these at this time anyway. We will get some more when the timing is right. That grass bale is probably going to go straight into cattle shed. A lot heavier than the bale of hay, heavens. Ooh, you don't. You get a bit of a weight on the back here. Got a few areas in mind where I can stack a few things as well, and there's a few things I'm going to have to change or add on, and I need to get around the back of these cattle sheds, so we'll have to put a little bit of a road in, probably between these two sheds here, but we'll look into doing that. And then yeah, a few small little adjustments like that, but overall there, pretty happy with how it's all panning out, I must say. And what we will do, 6 hours left there of course. We want to make sure that we have all the equipment that we need is here on the farm, so that's going to be the next big step first, and we can get going with that. Still many bits of equipment down at the yard there, so oh, I've crashed on my trailer. We will look to get that all sorted out, so we'll just tidy up this yard here, get a few bits of equipment over that we need to, and then we're all set, ready to go. Okay, so it is nearly dawn. We've got 4 hours left to go. The sun is coming up, and we are just raking up some silage here to make it a little bit quicker for us. We're going to wait till it gets to daylight so we can actually do a few more tweaks around the yard. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good. We have a few more things to go and collect from the store, which we'll have to get that done pretty quickly. And then we need a few more bales picked up there as well. But on the whole, it's looking good. Beautiful morning now. It's 8:10. We are down to less than 2 hours left to go in the challenge there. We are just going to pick up our milk tank, and we need that back at the yard so we can use that. Of course, our dairy cataloguers start to produce milk very shortly, which we need to get away to the store. After that, there's a plow, there's a cultivator down there, and a tedder for making hay as well. So we're going to do a few trips, and then we should make sure that everything is back at the yard that we need to start with at least, and then we'll be looking good. We are flying along actually. Today, we may be able to do a second stage of the challenge as well, where we're able to just really kind of proceed and accelerate this journey on a little bit further. I think that'd be a great step to take, and it'll be really allow us to expand, tidy up the last little finishing touches there, and really see this farm kick off. Like I say, what we need to do with some of the land next up there will be to make sure that it's all checked over, make sure that it has, make sure that we plow over a field or two, put some arable crops into there, maybe reseed some of the grass if it's necessary, but we shall see. First thing I'm going to bring back though today is this guy right here. And I might come back and get the tether with this tractor as well, I think. Now, like I say, not my preferred choice of milk tanker, but at the moment there, it's going to do a good job for us. It's probably quite mobile as well, being a dolly trailer. What we'll do when we get back to the yard at some point as well, we need to make sure that this can actually get around some of the corners of the yard there, because some of it's a little tricky. And once we do that though, we are fine. Nice little zebra tractor, this one. The model inside this tractor is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. Really nice machine. Perfect for what we need right now, as well as a nice little loader tractor around the farm there to do some of the smaller jobs as well. I think that's going to be great. We're down to the last half an hour, and it's a race to get the last of the equipment back to the yard there. We're racing around here in the Zebra 7740 there. Just quicker than pulling the Massey out the field with the rake on, and stay where it is for now. We've got one more bit of equipment to go. This plough's pretty much just going to get slung into the yard here. Ooh! Oh lord, that was close. That would have been a disaster. But anyway, we are good. Alright. Maybe we'll get this last one done. I don't know. It's going to be very, very tight indeed. But ultimately, it's coming down to the wire there. But we've got a lot done. We've got the essentials that we needed in place as well, which I think is the important thing to remember here. That we've been able to take on everything else that we need. We've got a farm that's functioning now, a milk herd that's in place, and a young calf herd in place as well. So what that will look like as we continue to progress in time, those the calves are going to grow up and mature, and then we'll be able to put them to the milking fleet as well there. So that's huge, really, really beneficial. And a few little things like the decoration around the front of the yard here, we'll get that all tied up in the next stage of the challenge. Ooh, my plow. Ooh, my plow, my plow, my plow. That's not helped the cause. Alright, we're through. Alright, I don't think we can get back in time for the cultivator, so that's going to have to stay there for now. What we will do though, sling this down into here. And like I say, I'm very surprised with how much we actually got from each of our... Ooh, easy does it. From our first field of silage there. Really, really quite surprised. Great to see. We just park this in here for now. Excellent stuff. And what I want to do as well, I need to probably put grass ladder over there. I don't think we're going to be able to use that for anything. But that being said, I might look into doing a little bit more work here where I can. Because what I need to make sure is that we can get all the way around here. And the moment that is going to be a little bit tight. Let's see what we can do with that, shall we? For the last few minutes. Let me in this corner now. Do a bit of that. There you go. I think what we'll have to do is buy all the ground in the middle. That should be able to let me do it. Excellent. And it's gone. 10 o'clock has arrived. We have finished. We managed to get that bit of land bought at the end so we can look at that in the future. But there we go, folks. 24 hours in game, starting with absolutely nothing and ending with what is really the beginning of a great farm. If we add a bit of height into the situation here, we have got a magnificent looking yard, 2 different cattle bays, plenty of space for storage of silage as well as hay and straw, machinery sheds. We've got 1 field there that's already been mown down with silage bales. We've got a 2nd field, a 3rd field that's mown ready to go, a 4th field there, and an arable field at the very top. But I think we've done all right there, folks. I don't know what you would say. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and what we could have changed and where we could add on to in the future. For now, though, we're going to leave it here. It's been a good ride. We've done pretty well. There's been a lot of effort there, but thank you very much for watching. As always, I do hope you have enjoyed. If you've liked this sort of thing, please do give the thumbs up there. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Drop your comment with what you think you would have done differently or what you'd like to see if you want to see a 2nd episode of this. And we'll see you all in the next one. Until then, I've been Simulation for the Nation. We'll catch you later.